I mean, you're methodical. You knew exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
You hold yourself to high standards, which again we talked about many times is both good and not good in anything in life,
True.
right? It could be detrimental.
I think that was one of my biggest lessons.
What to sort of take it easy.
Well, we had a specific flight that was the example of how that personifies in a negative way for me. When I am so severe that it destroys my presence, it destroys my day, it destroys the experience, and what is required of me as not just a perfectionist, because obviously I don't think that perfection is possible, but in terms of just being kind to yourself, that was a very clear indication that I can be too harsh on myself. So for everybody that wasn't there, all of you folks, I basically nearly had a panic attack just because I couldn't forgive myself for not, or I couldn't acknowledge that I was trying some. I think they were power off stalls, and it just bothered me so much that I couldn't breathe anymore. I couldn't talk. I couldn't really formulate any sentences to say back to you. Like, you took over. And in terms of the I'm Safe acronym, I clearly from that point on had to have a good look at myself in terms of like what I'm capable to do. How much stress am I on outside of work? How much stress does flying make me feel? How much do I want to allow that to affect me?
And I believe you did after that step
I took
away.
3 weeks. Yeah, I took 3 weeks.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, because I told you, I said, I don't think that I should be flying until
you figure something out.
I said I'm not safe. And I think that you at first said, oh, like, I think that you initially thought like, oh, did I do something, meaning you, that made him feel not safe? And I was like, no, I feel like I don't follow that acronym at the moment. And so I don't think that many people will definitely have that same experience, because I think that I experience things severely. You
feel things deeply.
Correct, to the point where I can't formulate sentences any longer. And I don't mind being a complete recluse. I don't mind turning you out, and I don't mind saying like, just take us back. Like, basically, like I need this space for me. And so it was an indication that like, yeah, it's like, it's so much nicer to be kind to the little person inside of you than
crazy?
It is. And I mean, I've learned it in other ways, but specifically when you're up in the air and you have one other person that can fly this plane, it's a very interesting and isolated feeling of being out of control, and really taught me something that day.
Yeah, it's insane how easier it is to be nice to others than to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
Scary. You just shared, but everyone deal with this.
Yeah.
It is so easy to be hard on yourself. There are 100 things you tell yourself today probably that you would never tell someone else because you'd be too hard on them. And
Correct.
Yet you feel free to knock yourself out when it comes to you and me, and we're all the same way.
Right.
Which is a fascinating piece of our nature.
Yeah, and it is it's almost impossible to not do.
It's crazy.
I don't believe the people that are all unicorns and rainbows either. Like, oh, everything's great. I love myself.
No.
Like, shut up. Get out of my way.
Like, shut up.
Like, shut up. I don't believe you.
Shut up. Shut it now.